just keep dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. What do? We dab, dab.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, what's up everyone? Hope you're all doing well. So we are going to begin using a glue stick and we are going to hide our eyebrows, and you want to get them as flat and as smooth as possible. If you're going to be using contact lenses, I'd advise you put them in first. The ones I'm using are the mesmerized ones and they're called Black Slayer. All the products will be listed in the description box below, including the contact lenses as well. Next, I'm going to grab some concealer. I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and I'm just going to go ahead and hide my eyebrows. I'd say to get the maximum coverage, you want to kind of dab the product on so that you don't swipe it away. Next, I'm grabbing a blender and some foundation, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. As you can see, it is quite pale in comparison to my natural skin. This was the look that I was going for. Next, I'm going to be grabbing the NYX SFX Creme colours, and I'm just going to take a blender and I'm just going to basically start dabbing the product on. So what I'm basically doing is I'm contouring with the colour. So the best technique I'd say is to kind of warm up the product while it's on your face and use as much dabbing motions as you can. And the more you do, the more sort of soft and blended it becomes. I wanted the transition and the blend to be really seamless and smooth, so you just want to keep dabbing. Here I've sped it up so you can watch the process and see how it's done, and just slowly build your way up. Take your time, maybe just add a tiny bit of product each time. You don't want to add too much product and realise you've got too much, so take your time and just take it slow. And if you have a shaved side, then feel free to go ahead and put it on your head. Next, I'm going to be taking some white SFX Creme colour instead, and then I'm just going to apply this onto my forehead and brow area. So basically I'm just applying this on the more raised and highlighted areas. Next, you're going to grab some concealer or some foundation and you want to cover your lips. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to grab some primer and then apply that. And then I'm going in with a red eyeshadow and I'm just going to apply this on the outer edges of my crease. So I'm literally just applying this and then using lots of small circular motions. And then I'm also grabbing some purple SFX Creme colour or eyeshadow, or like a bruise wheel, whatever you have, and I'm applying this underneath my eye, and I'm also applying this near my brow area inside my eye socket, and then bouncing back onto the eye I'm going to be applying black on the rest of the eyelid. Grabbing the same eyeshadows, I'm just going to be applying this on my nose, and it doesn't have to be perfect at all, it's just literally blending and applying. If it looks a bit dirty or messy, it doesn't matter too much, because at the end of the day it is a demon, you can't really go wrong. Moving on to the other eye, of course you want to repeat exactly the same steps, use lots and lots of circular motions and blend away. Moving on, I'm going to take some black eyeshadow and I'm just literally going to contour with the black, and this time I'm not making it as large as I did with the red, it's going to be a lot more smaller and defined, so I'm kind of creating the effect so it goes from a black to a red, and you want to try and blend as much as you can so it looks super nice and airbrushed. Feel free to go in with a blender as well and just dab away so you get an even smoother transition, and just experiment and have fun. The main key to this is just to blend as much as you can. Moving on to my head, I'm just going to be doing the same thing except from I'm making it deliberately look dirty and patchy, and then I'm going in with some white SFX Creme colour and I'm just using my fingers to apply patches of white. Moving on to that beautiful body of yours, we are going to take a blender and just apply red all over. I'm kind of leaving out the collarbone areas. This shall help me in the next step. And then you're basically repeating the same things as you did on your face, so you want to apply some white onto the raised areas, which is the collarbones. And then I'm taking my fingers and I'm just going to be creating kind of like scratches or shadows or whatever you want to call them. And then exactly the same once again, I'm just taking the same eyeshadow and I'm just applying this onto the shaded areas. So I'm defining the collarbones and making their shapes a lot more visible and defined. Taking the blender and some black SFX Creme colour, you just want to apply this on the outer edges of your chest. This does not have to be perfect. It can be as messy as you like or as blended as you like. I went for a bit more of a kind of blended, kind of messy look. And yeah, just keep dabbing. Very, very simple. Just keep dabbing, just keep dabbing, just keep dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. What do? We dab, dab. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, enough of that now. Once you're happy with that, I'm moving back onto the eyes and I'm just going to line my waterlines, and I'm using the NYX False Blacks for this. This is going to really intensify and make your eyes pop. This time we are going to take water-based paints in black, and I'm just going to apply this on the inside centre part of my lips. And the reason why I'm using water-based is because I'm going to make it drip, like so. Next, I'm going to wipe away where the horns are going to be placed, and I got these horns really cheaply from Amazon. I will leave the link in the description box below. So I'm just literally grabbing some liquid latex. I'm using the Mehron for this, and you just literally want to stick them on, very, very simple. And then I'm grabbing some cotton, as you can see here. I'm just applying this on the outer edges, and I'm kind of making fake skin almost being erupted from the horn. Try and get the transition from your forehead skin to the fake skin as smooth as you can. Once you're happy with that and the latex is dry, you want to then apply some foundation all over the outside. Some foundation. What was that? Some foundation. And then I'm just grabbing some colours, whites, browns, cheese graters, and you want to apply this on the surface of the horns. I mean, you can leave them black if you want, that's completely up to you, but I wanted to go for a kind of like bony colour. I'm applying the product, the SFX Creme colours, horizontally. This is so that the vertical texture and grooves from the horns can show up a lot more. Moving on to the blood, we are going to grab some fake blood. I'm using the Mehron Squirt blood for this, and you just want to create drips coming from the horns. I'm also going in with a wire sponge, and I'm just dabbing patches of blood here and there. Don't forget to apply either some SFX Creme colours or eyeshadows around the edges as well. Blacks, browns, purples, and make it look nice and dirty and damaged. You don't want it to look nice and clean and fresh, do you? This will create the effect that the horns have just burst out of your head. Next, going back in with the water or aqua colours, I'm just going to do exactly the same techniques that I did on my mouth underneath my eyes, creating tears. Finally, for the cherry on top of the cake, I'm just going to be going in with my wire sponge and then applying patches of blood here and there. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I really hoped you found it helpful and that you enjoyed it. If you ever recreate my looks, please tag me on Instagram at gothspectrum. I'd absolutely love to see. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and also feel free to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, I also have an Instagram at gothspectrum. And finally, I will see you next time.